to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a first down.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. On a jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
On 2nd down, Johnson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. To throw is Watson. That's complete. It's Collins. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. From the red zone now, Watson. On a slant, here's Collins. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Royce Freeman. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. So a toss play there does the trick as he's into the end zone.
And you don't run this unless you're sure you've got a guy who has the speed who can get to the edge, because what you're hoping for him to win the race to the corner and turn it upfield to the end zone.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are.
He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for L.A. The defense, they weren't fooled on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running.
Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 14-7. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
On second down, here's Watson. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson. Throw right side, taken in by Collins. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Allen's got it complete. Touchdown! Keenan Allen on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. He'll find Royce Freeman, the running back. Unable to corral him. He fights through, and he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Faking the give. Now Watson sliding out of the pocket. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Scotty Phillips. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Herbert back to the air. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or two, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
The final shot before the break. Watson, he's letting it fly for Cooks. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr., and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On first down, it's Herbert going deep here for Allen. And got his man complete. A big game that time for the Chargers.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Herbert throwing again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Ross Blacklock able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Now it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A huge play there for Houston.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Flush to his right, and he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here's Ty Long now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough one.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenneth Murray gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Back to throw, Watson. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Chargers. Jalen Guyton, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Finding room at the 30. They find some open field here. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 34. 70 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Here's Watson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go with Johnson. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure he got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Watson to throw. Flushed out right. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Here's Watson. The quick slant caught. Now the Texans will burn the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. Now Watson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And a short gain down to about the 33. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Eluding the pressure right. It's complete. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
To throw, Watson. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.